श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् ॐ सहनावतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So next dharana, ahaṃ mamedamityādi pratipattiprasaṅgataḥ nirādhāre mano yāti taddhyānapreraṇācchamī. ahaṃ mama idam ityādi pratipattiprasaṅgataḥ nirādhāre mano yāti taddhyānapreraṇācchamī. So what this dharana says is, in the knowledge of, during the knowledge of I, mine, etc., one, the mind enters the state of the substratumless, supportless state. When you meditate on this, when this meditation strengthens, because of the strength of this meditation, one gains the shama. Shama means here shami means the absence of duality, the Bhairava state. Okay. Now, before understanding this word by word, we'll have to give a heads up. Think this. Until now, the Dhāraṇā was this Shiva, Bhairava, and the Vimarsha of Bhairava. The creation is called as Vimarsha. We saw that. Vistara, expanse. Now, in today's Dhāraṇā, all the three Dhāraṇās almost, they have one common point. Maybe tomorrow also we'll have the same thing. They have common point. From here, there is a common point, which is until now the world is seen as Vimarsha, an expanse. Now here, the world is not accepted to be real. The world is not accepted to be real. That is the point here, from here. Okay? Now, ahaṃ mama idam ityādi. There is another reading, ahaṃ idam, ahaṃ mama maya. I prefer that ahaṃ mama maya, because ahaṃ mama idam, this is mine. That is no need. If you say mama, mine, then you are referring to some objects. You don't have to say idam, I am, etc. You automatically understand you are talking about some object. Okay? So, but if you accept the maya, there is a difference. Maya refers to by me. I, mine, by me, as an instrument. Okay? So, there is a different perception. We'll understand this. Ahaṃ mama maya ityādi pratipattiprasaṅgataḥ. Pratipatti means knowledge. Prasanga means the subject matter. When during the observation of, during the discussion of, during the topic of, during the knowledge of ahaṃ mama ityādi, the I, the limited I, through the limited I, body sense organ complex, whatever you are going to gain is also limited. Mama, mine. Okay? And that is gained through maya, by me. So, I, the knower, pramata, mama, mine, the object of knowledge, prameya, and maya, through me, pramana. Okay? Means of knowledge. So, here, the knower, the means of knowledge, and the knowing, object of knowledge, all these three, when the discussion of these knowledges takes place, during the transaction of these knowledge, these knowledges, nirādhāre mano yāti, your mind enters the state of nirādhāra, supportless state, a substratumless state. How can that happen? When you understand that this I, me, mine, all these ideas are observed, there is no duality. There is no reality in duality. When this established, then this knowledge is determined, established, then nirādhāre mano yāti. In the supportless, in the substratumless, the mind enters. The nirādhāra is interpreted in two ways. for which there is no adhara substratum, which is not an adhara for anything, substratum for anything. Both. See, but for the whole creation, Bhairava is substratum. No, he is not substratum. Only when you accept the adheya, the object, there is a substratum needed. Only when you accept the object, there is a substratum needed for that object to exist, reside in. But here, since the object itself does not exist, the I, me, mine, etc. is negated, how can it be substratum for anything? Understand? Nirādhāre. That is one understanding of nirādhāra. The second understanding is Bhairava is the only thing. There is no substratum for him. Bhairava is costless. There is no cost for him. So, nirādhāre. In that costless, substratumless, that which is not substratum for anything, in that Bhairava, mano, yāti, the mind goes. Only when you understand that the objects which you are seeing, the Triputi, the Trinity which you are seeing of I, the knower, knowing and known, you understand. When you understand this Trinity is non-real, unreal, illusory, then mano yāti, the mind enters that substratum. Okay? Because the knowledge of substratum is the only real thing for the superimposed objects. When I say, I don't see pot on the table, I don't see the absence of pot, I see only the table. So, when you see the absence means the substratum. When you talk about absence, that means you are talking about the substratum, not any object. So, taddhyānapreraṇācchamī. When this strengthens, this knowledge strengthens that the reality is substratum, only the substratum, nothing else. There is no duality. Neha nanasti kinchit or neha nanasti kinchana, as Vedas say. Okay? There is no duality here. Any kind of duality does not exist. So, when that happens, shami bhavet. One enters the state of shama, which is the lack of absence of duality. Any kind of duality. So, that is what is said here. Now, any kind of duality means there is no possibility of the liberated one, non-liberated one, the knowledgeable one, the ignorant one. All these ideas are just ideas. There is no illumined and ignorant. There is no duality. What can these dualities exist there? So, in every place, in all these dualities, only that Bhairava, in the ignorant as well as the illumined, in the objects as well as the subject, only the Bhairava remains, nothing else. Okay, that is what is the idea. Then how can the duality be seen? That is swatantriya, the individuality, the individual greatness of Ishvara. You can explain like that. Okay, that is a Shakta upaya. Now, next upaya. Nityo vibhurnirādhāro vyāpakaścākhilādhipaḥ śabdān pratikṣaṇaṃ dhyāyan kṛtārtho'rthānurūpataḥ nityah vibhurnirādhāro vyāpakaścākhilādhipaḥ. Akhilādhipaḥ is one word. Akhilādhipaḥ śabdān pratikṣaṇaṃ dhyāyan kṛtārtho'rthānurūpataḥ. Now he is introducing us to the Nama Japa. Introduction to this mantra, this Dhāraṇā, Shivopadhyaya says this is a sideway glance, kataksham we call it, sideway glance. He is just giving a sideway glance to the Agama, Vaishnava Agama called Pancharatra Agama, where the Nama Japa is Nama Sankirtana is extolled. Need not be that. Even Shaiva Siddhanta, any Siddhanta accepts the Nama Japa, the greatness of the name. During the discussion in Vishnu Sahasranama Bhashya, I established the similarity of the names, taking the names, chanting the names, as well as chanting the mantra. Does not really matter actually whether you are chanting the name or chanting the mantra. Because I gave the examples of Kabir Das or any other Mahatma there in the north. They just chant Ram, 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 Ram. Even not even Rama, Ram, 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 Ram. Okay, so there were so many great saints, and Even the author of Ramayana, Valmiki himself chanted in not even, he didn't even take the name of Rama or Ram. He chanted Mara because his his sin was so much, he could not even take the name of a God. So his guru, Narada Maharaj, he initiated him into Mara, the tree, name of the tree. Mara, Mara, Maram, this is Mara, the tree Mara. Chant Mara, 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 Mara. It became Rama. So the chanting of, repeated chanting of name also gives you the result. Okay. Now, nityo, vibhurnirādhāre, nitya, eternal, etc. With these words, when you meditate on these words, every moment, every second, then you become liberated. According to the result, name according to the result you gain. So what does that mean? Nitya. So there are two results possible in this, through this dharana. One is when you take the name along with its meaning, when you meditate, you get liberated. Name, chanting the name along with the meaning, if you do it, you get liberated. Or taking the name without thinking about the meaning, taking the name, if you chant the name alone without thinking about the meaning, inquiring into it, you gain the result that is in tune with the name. Like the first word is nitya. Nitya means eternal, that which is not negated in all three periods of time. When you chant this, you will gain the result of being nitya. Okay. Because in Taittiriya Upanishad it is said, Tannama ityupasita namyante mriyante savatnaha tanmaha ityupasita mahan bhavati tanmana ityupasita manavan bhavati, etc. So, if you meditate it as mana, then you become respected. If you meditate as maha, you become great. If you meditate as nama, then everything in the world will salute you, will respect you. That is the idea. So, according to the name, you will get result. So, if you meditate it as nitya, eternal, then you will become eternal. Vibhu means omnipresent. You will become omnipresent. Nirādhāre. Nirādhāre, I say interpreted, there are two possible meaning. One is this which is not adhara, substratum, support for anything, or this which does not have any substratum or support. Okay, so you become that supportless self. Then Bhairava. Vyāpakaścākhilādhipaḥ means also all pervading. So omnipresent. So vyāpakaścākhilādhipaḥ, all pervading. Akhilādhipaḥ. Akhila means every world. Adhipaḥ means a ruler, the ruler of everything. Śabdān. These words. Pratikṣaṇaṃ dhyāyan. Continuously without any break. See, this is the beauty. See, if you eat the food while taking the name, every handful of food, if you take the name of Lord, then it is said, anna dosha anna lipyate, he will not be affected by the defects of food. That is why normally they say you should not talk while eating. There are two reasons. One, you have to take the name of God while eating, not waste your time talking. Two, if you are going to talk, then the instead of going through the food pipe, it will go through the other pipe. Then you will have all problems. So simple. All these words we should be repeated every moment. So what happens? See, if you while eating, if you take the name, then you will not be affected by the defects of food. While doing something, if you are going to take the name, even if it is a bad karma, you will not be afflicted by that bad karma, the results of those bad karmas. So at every point, and gradually what happens, you won't even be involved in doing any bad karmas, because the nature of japa itself is to guide you to the right path. So it will naturally take you to the right path. You will not be like a Shiva, and you will be killing. No, that is not going to happen. Okay. So, śabdān, pratikṣaṇaṃ, dhyāyan. These words, every second, without any break, you have to continuously do japa of this. When you do the japa of this, then there is nothing else other than the japa, because nama and rupa, name and form, they are indivisible. It cannot be separated. Okay, so they are one and the same, identical. So when you meditate on that, then kṛtārtho'rthānurūpataḥ, you become liberated. Whatever you need to do, you have done already. Artha according to the, or you will get the result according to the name, the eternality or the all-pervadingness, etc. Okay. And Shivopadhyaya brings in a statement from, that is why he said there it need not be a pointer to the Pancharatra, because it is accepted in the Shaiva Siddhanta itself. There is one text, Bhattanarayana, author called Bhattanarayana, he has written called, the text called Stava Chintamani. There he says, Na pidhyayatam dhyanaihi kim manyalam manaihi phalam. Even if one takes the name, he gets that whatever is gained through the other object of meditations. Whatever result he gains that through the Nama Japa itself. So this is a commonly accepted principle in many of these Astika Darshanas, theistic philosophies. Okay. Next. Atatvamindrajālābhamidaṃ idam sarvamavasthitam kim tattvamindrajālasya iti dārḍhyācchamaṃ vrajet. The previous Dhāraṇā is a Shakta Dhāraṇā. Now, here, atatvamindrajālābham idam sarvam avasthitam kim tattvamindrajālasya iti dārḍhyācchamaṃ vrajet. Now, he is introducing with this Dhāraṇā with a statement that this is an idea which is proposed by Vedantists. This is not an idea proposed by Vedantists. This is an idea even accepted by the Shivadvaitins. So that is a stupid way of presenting it. And there is nothing other than, when you say Vimarsha, it is just for the sake of the dull seekers to understand, to not see the world of duality different from Shiva. Okay. For the advanced seeker, there is no need. There is nothing exists other than Shiva. So there is no need for sugarcoating the teaching. Okay. Atatvamindrajālābham idam sarvam avasthitam. There is another reading, vyavasthitam. Both have the same meaning. Avasthitam means exist. Vyavasthitam means it is separated. Okay. Kim tattvamindrajālasya iti dārḍhyācchamaṃ vrajet. Okay. So all these which are seen in varied amounts of existence, the varied kind of existence, whatever you see, they are unreal, like the magical creations. What can be the truth, reality of the magical creation? When this knowledge is determined, then he gains that shama, he gains that non-dual state. Okay. Atatvam idam sarvam avasthitam idam sarvam vyavasthitam idam sarvam avasthitam, that which exists, all these that which exist, vyavasthitam idam sarvam, all these which are varied in different ways, that exist in different ways, atatvam are unreal, tattvarahitam, there is no essence in it, there is no truth to it. Whatever we see, whatever we experience has no truth. But how can there be duality? Vyavasthitam, you say, varied existence. How can there be varied existence when there is no truth to it? Okay. You know, the mare's horn, in that mare's horn, what will happen to mare's horn? There is no mare's horn. So, when I am going to say the mare's horn, what is Guruji going to say later? What happened to the mare's horn? There is no story there. Mare's horn does not exist, but there is a transaction. Oh, that is called as Vikalpa. You already told us. We already taught us. So that is Vikalpa, right? Okay. Magical creation. That is why he says, Indrajālābham. The magician presents, manifests things and unmanifests them in front of you. He is not creating anything from the Panchabhuta. He is not God. He is just creating an illusion of manifestation. That's all. He is not really presenting something, manifesting something. He is just creating an illusion of manifesting. That's all. Whatever exists, he makes it disappear. Whatever does not exist, he makes it appear. So there is an illusion of creation. There is no creation actually by the magician. So that magical creation cannot have any essence, any truth in it. So in this way, kim tattvamindrajālasya, What is the truth behind what can there be a truth for this magical creation? Nothing. When this knowledge is determined, Shama, Dārḍhyāt, when this knowledge is very determined, there is nothing other than self. When you bring in Vedanta, Vedantin says, understanding the determined knowledge of all you see is mithya, illusory, is what will lead you to liberation. That is what is said here also. So the idea that all these don't have any real existence, when you see that, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari, when you have that clarity, Dārḍhyāt, when you have that clarity, Shamam Vrajet, Shivam Vrajet or Shamam Vrajet, both say. You enter the Shiva, you become one with Shiva, you gain identity with Shiva. This is also a Shakta Upaya. Okay, we'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.